Hello everybody joining us on YouTube for part 3 of this stream. I think we're up to episode... Well, in fact, this will be episode 6, I think. So I believe we started this brand new last stream. We're moving along. I've realized that I can get rid of these, which is going to give me a bit more of a water area. Not too much. I'm going to go and do that once our drought is over. All I need to do is... go and mark that off. More to the point, I may as well. I really may as well. Go and remove this as a planting area because they're all dead. You can now disappear because, once again, they're all dead. They're unfortunately not coming back. He's going to replanted all of this, but I don't know if we'll get through our next bad tide before they all get destroyed. If we're lucky, who knows? Who knows? I mean, basically, if we get a drought next time instead of a bad tide, we may just be able to get through it. I'm going to go and pause this guy for now. So I'd rather keep this irrigated and keep these growing, basically. And what I very much could do is... although I think... yeah, no, it's going to go and cost me 500 of me science. So again, I'm going to wait. My number cruncher is the next thing that I really do want. I am going to go ahead and pause on that. You can also go ahead and pause you. We got full builders. Yes, we have. We've got 3 beavers just idling about. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. I did miss connecting that path. I am terrible for that. Usually when I build things like these platforms, and then I go ahead and don't bother end up where, hey, this is built. We actually have 44 logs. Crazy. Okay, so like I said, the next thing I'm going to build is my number cruncher, which does not take any logs. It does, however, take 30 planks, which we only have 70 left of. So we're not going to go and build a second water wheel. I'm very curious to see how much power it can produce. We need... is it 400? 500 for the number cruncher. So I think to have it at full capacity, I will need to build a second one of these. We can go ahead and... rid of that. Now I'm going to very carefully delete the path and not any of my buildings. Nope, don't want that one. Luckily, I can't delete the things below it. It stops me. Which is why I'm also doing it in this very slow method. Make sure that I don't go and make holes in something that I then have to go to effort to replace. We came and picked up those. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Yep, and I may actually build another water wheel, to be fair, because I think we'll be able to remake the planks in the time it takes us to still get 500 more science. And let's go and unpause you. You can come and clean up part of this area just up here. In fact, let's, as a matter of fact, just go and chuck you in there. You can come and finish off. And hang on. Where does all of this go? That is a dead end. Guys are on the lower level. I'm not getting to these 3 trees. I could get to the rest of these if I build the correct thing. Wow, is it really just 2 of them you can get to? That seems a bit... oh, right, yes, because I've actually gone and blocked myself off. I was going to put that there. That's basically just... I want to get rid of all of these trees. You can go ahead and pause. Not going to delete him because he still has 8 logs in storage, so to say. You've got a few trees left to cut down. You've got a few trees left to cut down. Start getting rid of these as well. We've basically got a few spare workers whilst we're in drought and all our water pumps are not working. It is almost dry. Look, you can see. Actually about to evaporate right there. We have 10 days left, and we definitely don't have enough water. So I'm going to have to go and turn one of the pumps back on. And I think we're going to have to up our pumping game as well. Let's come here and let's prep by... getting a couple more pumps on the go. Now, I understand that absolutely none of this is pretty whatsoever, and trust me, it hurts me more than it hurts anybody else. But sometimes there's just a necessity. These will, of course, both get paused as soon as they're built. He says one's already built and it's not been paused. Get paused as well. I'll keep our guys in, our inventors, so we can keep getting some science. But yes, once the drought is over, all of these need to get turned on like crazy, and this is about to, yep, drop off from there, so you just became pointless. What are you up to? 512, 10 days left to go. I truly don't think that's enough water. We'll see how we go for a day or two. You can go ahead and pause yourself. There's also no goods stocking you, so you can actually delete. And with that, go and get rid of that tiny bit of extra pathing as well. In fact, get rid of that tiny piece of path as well. Oh, I've clearly missed marking that tree to be chopped down. Don't chop that tree down. Then you can claim you have nothing to do. We need to get to these trees. Probably should have kept that lumberjack and just built a set of stairs here, but never mind. No, wait, sorry. No, don't delete. Pause. We're up to 1.3k science. That's looking quite nice. Did I say I needed for this about 30? Yes, 30 planks. So I am going to go and chuck in a second large water wheel. Get that up and running as well. Like I said, hopefully we'll be able to start moving some of our industry over there as well as our number cruncher. And the 6 hardest working beavers in the whole of New Dam can finally take a break, quite frankly. Stop pushing these things round and round in circles. I mean, seriously, what an unrewarding job. Maximum effort all day, and you just go around in a giant circle continuously. In fact, it's not even a giant circle, is it? I'm exaggerating things to make it sound better. It's a tiny circle. Now, you can go ahead and be deleted. You're unnecessary now. We've got this bigger one to quickly go and unload these. And keep the mushrooms flowing. It is very much helping our food industry. It isn't giving us constant fermented mushrooms, but it's massively helping by keeping the kohlrabies going. We are going to have to turn one of these on. There is a potential for gravity batteries, but I'm not going to go in that route. It's probably an easier route because they're in general a bit cheaper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so this bad water source is permanently open. If that's permanently open, these constantly flow. So I don't, in essence, need gravity batteries. That's a great thing about Iron Teeth. Now, this is much, much, much more expensive, but with a number cruncher on the go, hopefully the science isn't too much of a problem. And then the only thing I have to do is make sure my metal industry keeps going. which we will be looking to do, hopefully, in the long run, and get my dynamite industry going, basically. After that, it's just things like, obviously, making sure I have more storage to get more gears, etc., etc. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to do gravity batteries. You don't really need them as iron teeth, to be honest. Famous last words. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'm being stubborn and making things more difficult for myself, but again, we'll see for that as well. Did these all die? Dies in 5.6 days. They will do. Let's get as many of them harvested as possible. These will all stay alive pretty much throughout, because we do trap water inside here usually. Got a little sluice here which stops the bad water coming in. Most of these have kept growing and should hopefully keep growing, because this won't get drained throughout the rest of what's going on. We are slowly draining this, which, as you can see, because we had a tiny bit of bad water in here, is still kind of contaminated. This can come down to 0, ready for when this drought ends. We have 5 days left. I'm genuinely hoping this one pump can keep us going. Famous last dreams. Famous last dreams. Okay, that's almost finished. Resources are looking good. We've almost actually got enough science for that number cruncher. So we'll get that, because these guys are very much moving along. And do you know what? I am actually as well going to go and build that hauling post. Just in here. These guys are now going to become the lowest priority, because once we get the number cruncher up and running, these guys will become a low priority. And we're going to start with just 3, because that's apparently how many spare beavers I have currently during this drought. Oh, beautiful. That's now up and running as well. $1.5k science, thank you very much. Let's go and grab that number cruncher. Now it fits nicely in the terrain, just in here. And of course, it needs 0 access to be able to work. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and build 2. Be lovely. Do I? No, then I need 1,000 horsepower. It's pointless. I don't have that much horsepower at this point. And so... yeah, I think I'd be getting ahead of myself there. 92 water, you say. Let's go and get the other pump going. Because, yeah. Just, yeah. And with our 3 haulers, let's see if things look like they improve. Oh, wow, we're really draining that water down. That's why I built them here, I think, so that there's... but look, you can see the nice little red tinge coming through now. Because unfortunately, a bit of bad water... well, I say unfortunately, I let in the bad water. That was me. So, how much water do we have? 128 for 3.3 days. Oh, I've never had this happen. I haven't had this happen for a long time. I need to turn that off, because if this gets any more contaminated, we're gonna, which it is doing, we're gonna start spreading contamination. Which I'd rather not do. Okay, we're gonna hit a water crisis with about 2 days left to go, which is really, really gonna hurt. Okay, you're needing something better to do. How are we looking? You can now be deleted. You can now be deleted. You can now be deleted. With our haulers on the go, I guess things are moving a bit faster. This is all dried out. Wow, this is about... hey, that evaporated. At least there's a bonus. This is about as devastating as things have been since the initial disaster of 01, basically. We're in, should we call it year 10? Since the initial disaster of year 1, things have not looked this bad since then. So, oh, start praying, folks. Really start praying. That's why I've had to get more water pumps to make sure I'm ready. I think it could be worth getting even more water pumps. We're going to go ahead and do that. I put a square there. Whoops, that way, that button. Then we go and put that there. Oh, yes, we still do need stuff. We need gears. We have 1.8 days left. Go ahead and get this built. Not a problem. These, I've actually gotten up to 59% growth, so we should get this replenished. Because even if they get killed by contamination, if they're still adult trees, they can still be cut down and used. Have I missed? I have missed marking these trees for cutting. That is why they are all still standing, which is crazy. Right at the dam for wood and then reach towards the water pool that you have towards the bottom right side. Oh, you mean up here for wood? I very much could. It's very unleveled. It's very a bit higgledy-piggledy. Yeah, no, I've got wood everywhere. That's not a huge problem. It's just the bad tide, because the bad tide comes from here all the way along here, and it also comes from here. We have a beautiful water source in the middle, and it contaminates all of this coming around here. It's disgusting. Let's just put it that way. You can be paused for now. And then reach the water pool that you have towards the bottom right side. Oh, you mean this water pool? Again, this gets fully contaminated on a bad tide. We have a water source here, which floods all the way down, and all of this becomes contaminated during a bad tide. Yes, I get what you're saying. But, unfortunately, I don't think it's quite the right solution. Unfortunately, yes, everybody is thirsty. We still have, 0.3 days. Everybody goes to bed. When everybody wakes up, all of these will be unpaused. We are missing 5 workers, but as long as it doesn't go above 7, we're good. 7 is my limit for missing workers. To go 7, that is the most I can be missing. 4 inventors and 3 in the hauling post. Most of the point. Let's take 2 off building, because we're not actually building anything at this point. You are down. Ready for some flooding. And what's the point? We're actually going to have difficulty getting to you, aren't we? Very much so, because they're all diagonal. That's hello annoying. Suppose a singular set of stairs would be the fastest and easiest way. And meanwhile, let's also mark that. Let's just mark them all for demolishing, basically. And we'll go ahead and open that up. Okay, we pumped 0 water. There's no point in making. I could have made it a 24-hour day. There's no point in that. Yep, minus a 13. Not everyone's actually quite yet thirsty yet, though. And nobody should die of thirst, I don't think. Not with all the pumps now working. That should all start to come down. And there you go. We've gone and extended our little water area in here. Will work quite nicely as well. These stairs can get deleted, and we'll get the resources back. And how much power do we produce? 807! They produce 403 each. Now, I get it's not 100% secure yet, because this hasn't been permanently opened. But the point is, when we permanently open that and build 4 of these, we have 1,600 power. I like that. I very much like that. How are we doing? We still have a minus 11 on thirst. Oh, because we also have everybody hungry. Wow, that's not good. Which, more to the point, how about I actually start trying to solve? All of these died, unfortunately, but we can get berries. Could have already had that unpaused. We should have very much had the berries still coming in, because we have to wait 3 days on our... 4 days? 3 days on our kohlrabies. Okay, nobody's died of thirst or hunger yet. We still haven't quite solved the water problem. We are pumping like crazy, but there's still a lot of thirsty beavers roaming around. Oh dear lord, keep pumping that water and pump it fast. It's amazing how much water thirsty beavers actually kind of go in demand, so to say. Everybody's still hungry. Because, I mean, we've been pumping, and this level of pumping should have... Oh, hang on, we missed one. This level of pumping really should have started to fill these very nicely. But, you can be paused. We have actually run out of drought approaching in 3 days. This could be really disastrous, folks. Like, absolutely annihilatingly disastrous. Oh dear lord. No food, yes. Yes, I was so focused on getting water back, I completely disregarded the fact that I had no food. Okay, our kohlrabies are coming in. Our berries are coming in. We are struggling to get water to even get this going. Okay, we're down to a -7. This is a rough indicator of how we're doing. Down to a -6. Well, that should swing all the way up to a +6, technically. But, we've still had nobody die of hunger or water yet. Quite frankly, let's have a couple of 24-hour days. Because we need this pumping and this food industry to just keep going. We have 2 days until we hit a drought. That's how bad things are currently looking. 2 days until we hit a drought. Oh, we're back down to a -9. What's happening? Let's go and pause you a second. Stop stealing our water for just a minute. But we are actually struggling to get positive on water, which is shocking me to no end, because I've just gone and built 3 more pumps, and we could make positive water with what we used to have. I mean, I get the fact that we're thirsty, but we should still be making positive water. And I get the fact we're hungry as well, which isn't helping. But we should be making positive water. By and large. Yeah, we are still failing. Oh, you've got one less. We are still failing to support our water needs, which, like I said, is, for me, is a little bit crazy. Now, if you pause, you can come back into being a hauler. With the haulers, hopefully prioritize these buildings by haulers. Keep you guys pumping as much as possible. Did I get you? No, I didn't. I missed you. We have water! Huzzah! Nobody is thirsty. Two days. One day. Right, let's close you off. Move you back down to a 16-hour working day. Yeah, hydroponic garden does take a lot of water. I've just gone and paused one. I would like to plant more kohlrabi, but we have enough kohlrabi planted for the number of farmers we have. The problem actually is it's just so slow, and it doesn't produce much. We are... Go and pause you. You don't need it quite yet. And I don't have any other big berry patches to go and take advantage of. A 15-day drought again. This is going to hurt a lot. Once you're finished, I'm going to go and pause you. I'm not going to stop you at 63%. We'll go and take the extra... Quite a lot, actually. 180 food that you end up producing altogether. Something along those lines. And we do have one singular worker, as in builder. So we can keep things going forward. I really can't remember what I was even doing before all this disaster hit, because I've just been doing nothing but panic for the last 4 in-game, 5, 6, 7 in-game days. We were producing... Wow, we produced 1.4 already. What we really do want to do next, ideally, which takes a lot of metal and some dynamite. Right. Let's have a look around a second. We can go and get a bit more scrap metal up here. Basically about 100. So of course, to be fair, one of the next things we probably do need to build is this, which takes a lot of resources. Doesn't have to, however, take dynamite, which is fine. So then one of the next things on our build list would be a tapper's shack, which we can very much go and afford. Yes. He will start creating all of them, grabbing all of the maple from here. And if I remember, maple goes... Coffee. Nope, maple doesn't come into there. It obviously comes into storage. Now, our storage area / industry is terrible. That is where treated planks go, that's fine. I mean, it's a mess. Our storage area is absolutely nothing but a mess. And it's going to continue to get messy until I eventually rebuild it in all of its glory, which is a little bit off still. No, wait, sorry, that didn't quite work. We need to put one of those there, one of those there, and one of those there. One of those there. That will allow me to continue to make a horrible, horrible storage area. Now wait, I'm missing... I've kind of gotten... missed a beat here. Which isn't going to help me get on top of there. Let's just... Let's just continue with what horrible plan I'm currently hatching. Because trust me, it is a horrible plan. Water's looking okay-ish. Definitely not good enough when this is about to dry out. So that's also then going to go and hurt us. We still have no food. Our food industry is struggling, but nobody... Well, one person's hungry. Nobody died of hunger or thirst. I take that as a victory. You are up to 69%. We obviously need to pause you once you're done. Our logging industry is struggling a bit, but all of these are about to come online, which is fantastic. All of these... and now be paused. 430 water. There's nowhere near enough. Let's keep at least you going for now. Help hold back hold back the inevitable, basically. Our mushrooms will give us a bit of a boost. Oh, wow, everything is just horribly gone awry. All because of a bad water situation. If we can get through this one without getting everyone thirsty, we're running out of berries. Yep, we have no berries. Without everyone getting thirsty, we can, in essence, we'll make it. We'll make it. We'll be on the improving slope if we get through this without everyone being thirsty. However, if we can go... The question of whether we can go and do that is another very massive question. We have 2 spare beavers. Have... Put another builder in there. I'm going to go down to 2 speed, quite frankly. Because things are getting dangerous. Now, yes, as you can see, I've skipped a level. Which, doesn't really help anybody. At all. Honestly, like, please nobody even ask. I don't even know anymore. We want... Wait, what did I even want to build some storage? We're going to build some storage. Ah, yes. For... resin. I want storage for pine resin. We are now starting to gather it down here. And with that, we will then... start... get wooden plank. Not wooden planks. Thingy planks. Sure, well, somebody out there knows what I'm trying to say. Because I certainly don't. And then... we need to start creating some bad water. Deep bad water pump will cost me 250 and a set of resources that I have and can spare. Build that there. Go and build that in there. 250 science. That means I'll be able to start getting some bad water as long as we're not in a drought. How are we doing on water? 361. Our water's kind of holding up, which is nice. It's going down a little bit. For instance, I think I ended the last day on more like 380. So I am dropping off. Okay, I need to keep an eye on this. Make sure we don't use another 40 for this. I am dropping off about 20 a day. But we are very, very slowly going down. I can live with very, very slowly. I have 2 pumps here to turn on if things get even worse. Yeah, I can put more in here, but they can't harvest it fast enough. I know what you mean. I mean, I could go and cover in here. I could go and... no, that's higher up. I could go and put little bits here, but they actually can't harvest it fast enough. They're roughly at their limits. I could go and build another farmhouse, which I was a little loath to do. However, I could even... I don't know how this works with me dropping this level, but I could even go and... I'd put that up there. That frees up these guys. Well, we'll give these guys a hand. Let's call you priority, please. What am I building? Ah, a water pump. No, build this first, please. Oh, wow, we're actually struggling for logs. Don't get that turned back on. All of my industries are collapsing. So there you go. Yeah, that's gone down. Like I said, it was on 380. It's now at about 350. What is it? 340? So we're going down about 40 water a day. It's going to be close. Gonna be close, but I think we can make a pretty good show of it, so to say. You have a slight problem still with food. We will look to sort out. There you go. We just went and chucked those down and planted those very quickly. Let's get a couple more guys in here. Still got our haulers, which should be helping move everything around. And yes, unfortunately, we are very much struggling for logs. Do I have anybody idle? I don't think so. And also in the grand scheme of things, breeding has stopped. So that's going to very much hurt me in the long run. Really would love to pause that to stop me self-draining this, but I really can't. If I pause that, I am definitely going to dry out. How are we doing? We are struggling for those logs. Where are my builders? Want to get said logs. Of course, yes, my logs are also being stolen for things like planks, which we're almost running out of. Probably because we're having a log problem. My whole industry is collapsing. Everything is teetering on the brink. Like I said, if I can get through this without having thirsty beavers, I think there's a small hope. A very, very small hope that I will make it. Okay, logs are starting to turn around a bit more. That's good. Nice. Right. So then you guys come in there, and so then with that, I'm going to go and say also cover this area in kohlrabies. He can, of course, then help down on more the fringes, I would say, down here. And that will slightly boost our kohlrabi industry and maybe give us hope. Maybe give us hope. We should have berries returning in a couple more days. Unfortunately, a couple more days. Our water, we're now below 300. We are going to have to turn on more pumps. I'm loath because once this drops down a level, which it's very close to doing, these will start to dry out. It's just painful. Could of course go and... Let's go and... mark these for replanting. We could of course go and maybe build some more kohlrabies here. Hopefully we don't have to go quite that desperate. Yes, we continue to build this. We just about have the resources, give or take. Oh, because too many people are getting hungry, of course. Of course. That is understandable. We're going to have 6 beavers on kohlrabies. We've extended our field. So hopefully... Fair point, yes, delete the path. I don't think this does delete resources, but I do not want to risk it. Go and plant more kohlrabies up there. I'm just waiting to turn these berries. Oh, more to the point. 98%. We'll pause this very shortly so it doesn't take a whole load of water. Should finish any second now. Should finish today, I would like to think. And it's just a case of taking all the mushrooms out. Gonna make it before the day ends. Yes. So we should be able to now go ahead and pause that. That will remove everything from inside it, including the 40 water, which is about a day's worth of replenishment with our current pump going. That might just give us the hope to not have to turn these on. Might. So we'll find out what happens with that tomorrow. They'll have a lot of hunger going around. I am genuinely hoping with all of these newly planted kohlrabis and the 2 extra workers, we can hopefully see some improvement. Berries are still about 2 days off. In general, we'll turn, not this day, we'll turn that on the next day. Like I said, yes, if we can finish with everybody not being thirsty, we will, hey, an extra 40 water. That's what we needed. And of course we need to put this up to, we're also going to go ahead and pause you. But we need to go and, not stairs, we need to go and build a path, which we're going to make as small as, or as tucked in as possible. And I broke it, folks. I absolutely broke it because I need to connect things to this building, keep our power going. And so what we're going to do for that is we're going to slightly redesign our path. Come down here so that I can then and remove this path. Now, of course, we still need to connect this at some point, but for now, that's go ahead and connect it into there. That is 100% gonna get moved. It's just where it currently needs to be. And what I'm also then going to go and do is build a set of stairs in there. And replace my scrapper. Is that what he's called? Oh, he's a scavenger, technically. Go and put him back in there, and he can come and start to pick up some more scrap metal. We've got a little bit down here, not much, 100 or so. Ah, maybe 200, if I'm lucky. And we'll start to get that resource coming back in. We have 9 mushrooms. This should have helped make a little bit of a difference with our food. I don't think anyone's hungry anymore, so that's a bonus. Okay, you're gonna get them paused. You should be able to start gathering berries soon as well, which will help with the hunger problem. And how are these guys looking? 1 day more to go until we can start farming these out of the ground. And as well, water on 277. The fact we got to take the 40 water back out of here was amazing. Okay, so he has something to do. He can go and grab this little bit of scrap. You can also come up and grab this little bit of scrap. There's about 100 up here. More to the point, yes, you are paused. That's fantastic. We have 5 people missing. Those will be our 4 inventors plus a hauler. You can go down to 1 worker because you're really not doing anything more at this stage. Because we're kind of staring at things and praying they get better whilst doing mild houses. I'm going to harvest a lot more kohlrabi. Plant fully in the area of the farmhouses. Prioritize harvesting in one farmhouse. They, in general, because I haven't got the best setup as well. I mean, because you can see, there's always a kohlrabi to harvest. Then we go and do things like... Nope, nothing did change. Ah, these just turned on, I think, was the problem. Because we've got to... Yeah, they've always got kohlrabis to harvest. These haven't yet come online. So I'm gonna wait basically in terms of planting anymore because I truly don't think it's necessary. We've never got a farmer sat around with nothing to do. Always got a kohlrabi to harvest, and all of these are about to come online. I don't know about changing priorities. I'll happily give that a go. Let's put you on to harvesting. But leave you two on planting. We'll see how that goes. He's kind of the middle guy, so I'll happily put him on harvesting. We actually have some food, 112. We still have 250 water. I think we're gonna make it, depending on we're about to lose this pump, so we're gonna have to turn one of these on, unfortunately. Which is gonna hurt our kohlrabi growing, but got a smidge of food. Got a smidge of food. All of our breeding pods are now back alive. We're gonna slowly start to gather some berries. We may... I'm going to even go up to 3 speed. We may just have struggled our way through this drought, which is more than we did for the last drought. So I call that an improvement, basically. A very mild improvement. Go and switch you around. Yep, unfortunately all of these kohlrabis are now going to die. We've lost our water level. We shouldn't lose any more though. Oh, unfortunately these are all going to die as well. Hopefully they can get harvested before that. Might not get round to getting to them, but our kohlrabis are also going up. We're getting some berries. We still have some fermented mushrooms. Our water is looking okay. I may have to turn this guy on with a couple of days to go. But I think we've turned it around. I think we have turned it around. I think we've recovered from our disaster. It's not pretty yet. It's not, I would say, long-term yet. But I think we've turned it around. I think we have managed to turn it around. We are going to start to look at bad water. We actually need a storage tank for that, more to the point. Storage tank. Horrible stuff. Bad water. Let's go and get that built in the next 3 days of drought. Do we have the materials? We just about to have the materials. And our logging industry has massively turned around. I like that. That's now back on its feet. Everything else should catch up. I can probably add another guy here. Got 5 guys spare. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 water pumps, however. There's always that. Oh, we might just get some of these harvested. Probably not quite. No, I think they're all going to die just before we get to them. But our kohlrabis have turned around. This 3-farm idea is working. Thank you very much for that, SG. It's, yep, it's definitely what we needed. This 3-farm area. And if we can, like I said, if we can just keep the water going, which, hey, we've still got 220, and we've only got 3.5 days to go. I think we're going to manage that as well. I think we'll be okay. And then we'll start pulling things back, basically. I'm going to... Famous last words. I built some more storage. 30 planks, yes, and some gears. Gears are fine. Now that blocks off this area. Let's not do that just yet. Let's build it in here. Wait, that was horribly placed. Try that one again. Now we're basically going to get rid of a couple of small tanks, he says. Let's go and get rid of that one, basically. We've got a lot more water storage. We'll hopefully completely fill that in our next our next non-drought. So about the whole 3 days we get. Oh, we've gone and pushed this too far. We've got 2.5. Unfortunately, all this is going to die. And that is what really hurts us. Is the fact that it's all interlinked and then it all kind of hurts itself as it goes forward. 200. Let's not lower the level anymore. I think we can get through 2 days. I really do. We are starting to turn things around. I think we'll be okay. Now, we've got the 3-day delay on everything regrowing, unfortunately, which is going to hurt. But we've got some berries. We will... That can be paused. We've got no mushrooms coming in. We will eventually turn back on our hydroponic gardens. But I think with all of this going 100% full time, you can down to 0 height. We'll be able to get enough water back in, and this then won't be affected in our next dry cycle. And so, with that, ladies and gentlemen, with hope basically being the message of the day, and potential some prayer. I mean, you know, definitely feel free to pray. We're gonna go ahead and pause that. We've gathered a nice bit of pine resin. That's ready and raring to go. Trees are not marked for cutting. That's good. Just in case I accidentally build something too close. Which, trust me, I am definitely warrant to do. There is... As you can tell, there's no grand thought or master plan behind nearly any of this. There's mostly continuing to push things to the edge to see how we can do. We've still got a day left to go. And I don't quite like our water numbers. So we are gonna turn this back on for the last day. Ready for things to go forward. We are also, however, gonna leave things there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the stream and the end of this 3rd episode. I hope you hope you've enjoyed it. I hope the tension is keeping you hooked as much as it's basically making me cringe and potentially come towards tears. Because yeah, I get attached to my beavers. I don't like to see them, you know, hurt or die or anything. Our number of beavers are in fact dropping because our breeding pods were turned off for so long. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to leave it there. Thank you all very much for joining me. Thank you, SG, for your suggestions. It has helped. Have I done enough to stop the inevitable? We'll find out. We'll find out in next week's stream. And so until then, as per always, I hope that you will always stay safe, happy, and healthy.